Today I'm going to be installing this new mounting bracket on the front of my C7 Corvette. This one's called the Aero mount, A-E-R-O. And I got this one because the one that came with my car is this monstrosity. And you see how it sticks out a couple inches on the front of the car. So when you're washing your car or taking the car cover on and off, I've done it twice. I bump it and it knocks it off. And the second time I knocked it off, it actually broke the grill, a piece off the grill. It's just held on by these little plastic retainer screws. So I wanted something better than that. So I got this, found this on eBay, did a little research. So we're going to try this one out. This is supposed to fit flush with the grill. So I shouldn't have any problem knocking this one off. So this piece comes off. We won't be needing that. And you're going to want to mount it to the grill first and then put the license plate on after that. But we're going to go ahead and prep it first before we do that. All right, there we have the mounting bracket. Just turn it over. You can see the little diamond shapes. That's what's going to help hold it to the grill. And then up at the top is where the retaining screws go. So they just slide in like so. Stick them on in there, slide them, and they'll snap in place. Just use a Phillips head screwdriver to tighten them. And you can see as you tighten it, it makes it grab hold. It'll be grabbing hold of the grill. Now these are my old retaining screws that I'm not going to use because they're scuffed up, but just showing you how they can get scuffed up when you keep knocking the plate off with your leg. Now there's a bend and a curvature to this frame, so you want to bend your license plate, use your leg and just sort of make it curve to form fit the mounting bracket. Now I'm pointing out these 4 little dimples that are on the bracket. That's where the screws are going to go to hold the license plate on. They should line up. Mine lined up perfectly. So there's the screws I'm going to use. There's 4 stainless steel screws. Those are kind of thicker than some, but those are the ones I've chosen to use. So now I'm going to drill holes where those dimples were. Now if your plate doesn't line up with the dimples, then you need to use a pencil and trace it and mark it where the holes need to be drilled. So what I like to do after I use the small drill bit, then I use a bigger drill bit to make the hole bigger. It's the same size as the screw. Makes the screw easier to go in. So I'm just testing here to see how well it's going to go in, so when I get outside I'm not going to have any problems. So I'm actually going to be using these little plastic things that the screw goes through them, and then you can apply a little plastic cap, finishing cap, to hide the screw. So I've taken the plate off, and so there you can see the big holes. That's the way it should look, about like that. Now let's go outside. Now I'm going to clean the front of the grill off with some Meguiar's waterless car wash and a microfiber towel. Get it nice and clean. And see how the diamond grill is? That's where you can see where the little retainer screws are going to go in and grab hold. So this is my old mounting bracket that came with the car. And you can see how big and bulky it is. And see how much it protrudes out from the front of the car. That's why I would keep knocking it off. So I'm going to retire that one. And let's bring on the new one. Put that in place. And right off the bat, it stays in place. It's like a perfect fit. So I'm happy about that. Stays in place without even any screws in it yet. So let's break out the screwdriver and tighten those retainer screws that are gonna grab hold of that grill. So I'm gonna go back and forth here, tighten each one a little bit at a time, and just keep tightening them until they feel nice and snug. You don't want to over tighten them, or you might actually break that plastic grill. But just keep doing them till it feels secure and like it ain't going nowhere. Okay, now let's get out the 4 screws for the license plate. Stick that on there and just start drilling that in. 1 screw at a time. Again, I'm putting the screw through these little plastic things that you can pick up at AutoZone for a couple dollars to allow you to put the little plastic caps on. So we got that all on nice and tight. I give it another tug and push on it a little bit. It's staying in place. And now I'm putting the caps on. They just snap in place. Matches the color of the car paint. And there we have it. Nice and flush with the car, hood, and the grill. And you can see that scuff mark up there. That's where the old mounting bracket left that. I'm going to try to buff that out later. But this one is just so much nicer. It feels like it's on there a lot better. And I would highly recommend getting this. This is cool.